nice. I don't even think my husband talks that nice about me. How are you guys? I can't believe I had to follow Sonia and her troop. That was amazing. Can we do like a big, round of applause for that? That was awesome, you guys. That is actually a little bit about what I have to talk about today. So I'm really, really excited that they went before me. Plus, they were really funny. Okay, so be the leader that you'd want to follow. So when I was asked to talk a little bit on leadership, the first thing I thought of was my son, Jack Lloyd. Do we have that little picture? Can you guys see it? Oh, there he is! Isn't he so cute? I always wonder how he gets anywhere on those number 2 pencils. His legs, they're like number 2 pencils. Like he can't go anywhere because they're so skinny. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okay, so what? I know, I really love my kids. Plus he looks like me. Okay, so what does my Jack Lloyd, my little 6-year-old, have to do with being a Norwex leader? Well, let me tell you a short, what we call JL story in our house, Jack Lloyd story. Earlier in December, Jack Lloyd was asked by his teacher to draw a picture of a reindeer. As I was making dinner, I noticed that JL was getting very frustrated. He's racing, scribbling on paper, throwing it on the floor, racing. I'm like, dude, what is wrong? I have to draw a picture of a reindeer, and I don't know how. I can't do it. I can't do it, Mom. I said, honey, just picture a reindeer in your mind, see it in your mind's eye, and try again. Kind of looked around. He didn't really take my advice, so I guess that's what kids do. Don't take your advice. All of a sudden, I see a sparkle in his eye, and he looks up to my mantle, and he says, Mom, I have a resource. I'm sorry, you have a what? He's 5. I have a resource. You have a resource? And he pointed up to what I thought was Target's best holiday decor last year, the silver reindeers. Did you guys see them? They were like $12.99. They were so cute. They were on my mantle. And he saw the reindeer on my mantle, and he looked at it, and he drew the most perfect reindeer because he had a resource. So, to be a successful Norwex leader, you, number 1, have to be a resource. And when I asked Jack Lloyd just the other day, honey, what does leadership mean to you? What does being a leader mean to you? And he sort of thought for a minute, and he said, I get to pump the hand sanitizer. Whoa, I'm sorry, what? I get to pump the hand sanitizer. You get to pump the hand sanitizer? What are you talking about right now? Well, when it's snack time, we have a circle, and when you're the leader for the day, you get to go around and pump everybody's hand with the hand sanitizer. Oh, I promptly got lots and lots of Norwex hand cleaner and gave it to the teacher. With a little printout about 19 pages long about how harmful hand sanitizer is for my child. I actually have to give props to my friend Amanda DeSonia for that, because I didn't know how dangerous things were until she told me. And then my eyes were like this. And so now I've learned. So thank you, Amanda. But I really was thinking about this, and I thought, well, what specifically does being a resource mean? Simply put, it means walk the walk. You could call it modeling the way. To many of us, we call it 1082. Who knows what 1082 means? Everybody should be raising your hands right now. This is very important. Okay, so 1082. Your 1082 might be different than mine. Maybe you have a 641 or what have you, but at the end of the day, 1082 means you book 10 parties, potentially you hold 8, and you recruit 2 people a month. And it can be challenging some months. But at the end of the day, it's about consistency. I think Chris Carlson said it best when she was talking about China earlier today. It's about consistency. So not too long ago, a couple of my top leaders and I sat down with our paper calendars. I have a paper calendar because I don't actually know how to use the phone. But, so I write everything. That's not actually a joke. Yeah, where's Hannah? She does all my Facebook posts for me. I don't even know my login. So, we did an average. So we took our calendars, and I challenge you guys to do this if you're interested in being a leader, or if you are a leader already. But, and we did a full average of a year. We averaged out how many parties did we book in a month, because I have documentation on my paper calendar. And then when they canceled, you know, like a big X and a sad face or whatever. But I averaged out how many parties did I actually book, and how many parties did I actually hold, and how many parties did I actually, or how many people in a month did I actually recruit. And guess what it was? On average, it was like 9.8, 8.7, and as Brian Dill likes to point out, 1.8 in recruiting. So I have some work to do on my recruiting. But don't we all? So at the end of the day, it holds true, 10-8-2. So in whatever capacity you want to lead at Norwex is up to you, which is what I love about this business. But always remember to be, number one, a resource. So as a leader of top leaders, my mama bear, right, that often comes out sometimes. And it's really easy in this business to know or to think that you know all the answers. You have a little bit of success and you think, I've got this down. I know everything and my way is the only way to do it. And I think that there's another word for that, maybe it's called arrogant. And Peter Cartwright mentioned that in our black jacket, red jacket reception we had last night, and he said something to the effect of, arrogance can ruin a company. So don't be arrogant, be a resource. Let them come to you, let them look to you, but don't tell them how, why, when, what. Because sort of like kids, you want to be the mentor or the resource, not the answer. You walk the path, you don't pave it for them. Thanks, Sheila. I just made that up right now. Be the kind of leader you guys want to follow. So what does this cast of characters all have in common? Ready? David Copperfield, one of my personal favorites, Joan Rivers, may she rest in peace, Bozo the Clown, and Brian Dill on stage. Anyone know? Anyone? None of them are afraid of looking like a fool. They really shouldn't give Brian Dill that big gun with the t-shirts every time. I think I told Peter, I said, I don't think Brian should get the big gun every time. They should share that. I think Sheila wants the big gun once in a while. So why does looking or sounding like a fool make you a great Norwex leader? It's about culture, y'all. It's about building a team culture. Team Antibac, where you guys at? You got your kazoos? I hear your kazoos. They all have white kazoos. Isn't that obnoxious? Woo! That's totally foolish, right? But at the end of the day, to build a strong culture, you cannot be afraid to be your authentic self. So the number 2 way to be a successful leader in the Norwex industry is to not be afraid to be a fool. So a quick short story about myself. When I first started team meetings every month, I remember every Wednesday, because our meetings were on Tuesday night, sitting in the kitchen with my assistant and crying the whole day. Cried my eyes out, sobbed like a baby, truly. And it was because I thought I had said something wrong or possibly inappropriate, which never happened. They're all laughing because they know that's true. But at the end of the day, I felt like potentially maybe I didn't train anyone something. Maybe I didn't teach anyone anything. Maybe it wasn't impactful. Maybe I didn't have anything to say. Maybe they walked away with nothing and they felt like they had wasted 2 hours of their time coming to our meeting. And it took me a really long time to evolve. A long time to evolve and recognize that the only culture that you can build is an authentic one. How else do you get 200 people to all wear white in the summer, pants and all, and blow crazy kazoos? Just saying. Be the leader that you want to follow. Lastly, to be a successful Norwex leader, you need to have perspective. So, quick last story. There's an old man and an old woman, and they go to a fast food restaurant to have lunch together. The old woman sits down and the old man promptly orders 1 cheeseburger, 1 small fry, and 1 small drink. He sits down with his wife, and he very carefully cuts the hamburger into 2 small pieces, and he divides the fries into 2 tiny piles. He takes a sip of the soda or drink, hands it to his wife, she takes a sip, and a younger man is sitting off to the side, and he sees this happening, and his heart sort of wells, and he says, "Please, sir, let me buy another meal for your wife." And the old man says, "Oh no," graciously declines, "Thank you, but we're used to sharing everything." So the old man continues to take bites of the cheeseburger, and he's eating his fries, and the old woman's just sitting there, and the younger man off to the side is getting very frustrated with this. And he says, "Ma'am, why aren't you eating?" She said, "I'm waiting for the teeth." I laughed too. I love those kind of stories. Aren't they the best? Humor brings perspective, I tell you. So the point of the story is to have perspective. Each of us processes things different and are at different stages in our life, different stages in our Norwex business. And if as a Norwex leader, you can continue to see things from other people's perspective, you will always be successful. Lastly, the key to success of a leader is to invest in yourself. Read books. Consult with accountability partners, go to conferences, and go to leadership conference. Norwex Leadership Conference inspires, trains, and motivates all of our TCs and above to grow and promote to the next level. It's very exciting, plus I'm there. Just kidding, but not really. Lastly, I just want to say, y'all, this is your time. This is such a big time for us, and you don't know how lucky you truly are at this very moment in those seats out there, because eventually we're going to be in such a big auditorium, we're not even going to be able to see people in the front row. I know that's going to happen. Be the leader that you want to be. Be the leader, the type of leader that you would want to follow.